Good morning, good time, Guruji and Mataji. (22 minutes past 3). 25th of July 2020. It's been some time since we've gone on this journey in the recording. Shall we go out on a journey together again? Journey through the mind. Journey through the mind and through this abstract concept we are calling memory. The relationship between mind and memory. I am going in this journey I will try to simplify. You understand me. And you don't. There are different formulas and different sounds and different ways to express. This is known by many people. You take in my sounds now, expressed one, the air through my mouth, connection, tongue, teeth, and the rest of the things we gave names to. And now it seems I'm speaking to you in sounds that are penetrating you, your ears. Along our human path, we gave these phenomena, we gave them names. And we shared our experiences through these names. All these sounds that now as this thing inside of me, also abstract concept. Some would say it's as visible as an external table. Some. So, mind and memory. Mind and memory. It seems that it's not enough to just understand it. Zero expectation, 100% acceptance. Way to respond. Respond from your sacrum. I sit in a room in Varanasi. Mind and memory. I will try to simplify it. So one thing is that advantage of language and disadvantage. So you understand, you have your way of interpreting. I have my way, we have our way of interpreting these sounds. If I listen to Hindi, to these sounds that I can't connect to images, I can't understand their meanings. Let's take Chinese, where maybe none of the sounds create a chain of network in the memory, or even just links, so I can connect them to these objects. Time to speak and time to be silent. It seems this recording, through the memory, I connect to a dream I had. Like any other object, we were received objects, phenomena, tools to use. My right arm, my right arm. This room. Again, sounds. They create their movement within you and within me. And it seems something is pushing us to describe our experiences and we have given it many, many, many names along the way, and many, many stories, many sounds. And when we understand something, we already take it as part of life, of illusion. Yes, I say illusion because we take it for granted. Then we don't doubt about it. We believe in it. Belief can be relieving. Belief can be, we say, dangerous. Doubt can be dangerous. Doubt can be relieving. These are all sounds, yes? I will try to simplify. Silence. The thing that from the non-silence we call that silence. A lot of philosophy here, yes? It seems that things we like and we don't like, things are disturbing us and things are making us happy. I was lying in bed, waking up. Later I checked the time. It seems like I was sleeping from 8 o'clock, 7:30 until 3 something a.m. And I had a dream about, I have now two ways of talking. I have ways of talking distantly. So the objects in this dream, which is also this life now, are not related to me. And I have a way to talk about them closely, attached. One is detached and one is attached. Now, before I go to the details of this dream, because this is also a dream. Now, I make this recording. This comes to your ears. You play it. And visvas, belief. You don't believe it's a dream. Yes, you were told by people who penetrated the dream realm that this is now a dream, Maya, illusion. I'll try to simplify mind and memory, see? If you go silent enough, and you're able to handle the boiling. There is a boiling phenomena that occurs when one goes silent. And part of our, what people call life experience, human experience, most people will not believe their life is a dream. They want to live the dream, right? I want to live a dream. My life is... But they don't want to recognize this, that it seems that this dream has many facets, many layers. And I measure that by measuring myself as an object. Yeah. And I can talk again. This is an attached way of talking. My, I. I'll try to simplify, you see? Now, actually, the more we try to simplify, we go way far from simplification. If we really want to simplify, we would not talk. Because when we talk, we have to go to work in this close, attached world. Part of it is only if we are journeying in the so-called self-realized path. Also, this is just an illusion, a game of going somewhere, reaching somewhere. All part of this. You want to give this a name? We have given it. So if you go silent, you're starting to be cooked from inside. If you have the capacity to open the mouth and make sounds, and you are not using it, because you are aware that there are many moments here. My mouth has to open and close, make sound, no sound. So you are cooked from inside if you don't use it. Yeah. This is the pressure cooker that's our lives. And if you look, and I have looked at the pressure cooker, I take the Indian version of it, and there is this button on the top. It's loose. It's free enough that when the fire is cooking us from below, there is a pressure from above so fire is cooking us from below. There are vegetables or rice or dal or anything that you put within this steel vehicle. We are just describing different layer. Within our skin we are, or within our aura, we are all the same like that. Again, I try to simplify it, mind and memory. You understand these sounds, and there is something that is cooking us. So we can be served as food. I will not necessarily talk who is eating us for maybe breakfast or lunch, dinner. So this fire from below is cooking us, pressuring us for something. There's a whole lot of way to get into that chemically and physically, and balancing atmospheres. Why the heat causes things to rise and until it's too much. So this heat that is doing it through the cooking pot, through this closed, dense one, it can also be a normal cooking. If you put just a normal pot and with a top on it, and you'd see that you'd start to cook it. Let's say you put, especially again, maybe you put water, because it's different substances. If you don't put water, then smoke will come, and the smoke, and this thing with the heat will raise the top. Especially if you put water, you can see it, and then it kind of denses. Different kind of releasing the pressure. Pressure cooker makes it more dominantly, clearly visible. So we are fighting the vegetable we are within this pressure cooker. Or within any pot. It really doesn't have to be a pressure cooker. Some people are here to be boiled through a pressure cooker. And then when they release it, it's anyone who stood next to a pressure cooker and in this time of release of this cream of the cap on top that is loose. If it would be completely closed, there would be perhaps a chance of potential, I don't know, maybe some have explored it, even an explosion of the metal or the things inside. I don't know, I haven't tried it. But it happens to us humans. Now, our pressure cooker releaser, there are different ones, yes. One of them, so we can go to one of them is the mouth, but we can go also to the others. It can be perspiration, it can be the sweat, it can be other holes, excretion holes and nose and nostrils. One of the main ones is this, what we call mouth. But like any other meal, it's what we create out of it. So we are not built to simplify this. We are not ready for simple, and I don't know if ever we will be ready. I don't know. When a baby is born, it does create sound, yeah, it cries. And let alone, if he doesn't cry, we are worried. Because we have this use of words. Usually we begin by this happy baby, ta-ta-ta, and all of this. But later, as we go through ups and downs in life, in this pressure cooker, yeah. So there is a fire perhaps cooking us from below, and I'm just talking about these aspects of the fire. There are other phenomena. Yeah, this is more going to the rajas quality that gets us burnt, because there is also the rajas, the fire. There is also the tamas, the sinking down, and the where it's more like mud and depression, different ones. The pressure cooker is definitely different than a depression. What happens from the depression is the opposite phenomena. Again, I'll try to simplify. If one is able to be silent and handle the pressure cooker, whether it's an oppression or a depression, then there's no problem with that. And it seems we have. Yeah. So I go back to this dream and I woke up. Identification starts. I'll try to simplify. In order to simplify, I have to say, use complicated words to tell people to shut up, to be quiet, to... Yeah. We are not inclined to listen to the silence in between the sentences, in between the words. Yeah. There's no difference between word and sentence. It's all our created illusion in order to deliver some message. And how to use our mouth as an expression of all the rest of this, body, consciousness, all these many sounds. Mind and memory, I'll try to simplify. No, we don't, I don't. We actually, in this evolutionary process, we go very complicated. And this is part of our beauty in life. And also the ugliness. So I woke up. I identified that I woke up. Now I speak about it after some time, but first it was like full identification with some disturbance from the memory. Memory, this time of the dream, I was able to separate between the dream and what we call reality now. And I'm able also in the reality to separate what we call reality and what there is another layer of reality that we so-called don't see. And there's also another layer of reality, the reality that we don't see and the reality that we don't see. This is a continuation of layers. It's just thinner lines of consciousness, so-called, of realities. And usually we stop at the level of the superficial reality. In the dream it's clear. I woke up and no, don't worry, it was just a dream. Oh, good, it was a good dream or a bad dream. And it's connected to good or bad, to the sensations and the interpretation through the identification. I'll try to simplify mind and memory. And from this complication of always, hey, it's so complicated, let's try to make it simple. Okay, silent. And we have to say something from this complication. We have learned that. Yeah. Some perhaps by chance of listening to the silence, some perhaps. And again, listening to the sound is all the same. To what happens through the sound, some may call noise. Yeah. I can go to the Yoga Sutras, which is nice, or to Human Design, or to Guruji explanation, or to my explanation, or to this or that. Yeah. I'll try to simplify, says the mind. This realm of sounds, as well as the realm of other sensations, which is different to interpret. Based on the sensation, there are sounds and all of it. So I woke up, and I had a memory, yeah, a chain of images and sounds associated with that of what this consciousness that is called I, it was mine, mine, my father in the dream, and my brother Yoav, and through life we are granting it different meaning, different attachment, yeah, in order to assist in our life story, in discovering what we're here to discover. I can talk about it from many angles. Again, yoga angle, I can talk about it from the Human Design, giving yet another story from, I don't know, meditation, from many different angles. Guru New Bank system. Each one of us is a fragment of that story. And we measure this level of fragment. And I woke up and I could identify a memory, because it's also one of the tools we were granted, like the right arm that we say, the whole body and this room and the earth and many things. You understand me, right? And you don't understand me, right? Perhaps I'll go to that in a certain moment. So I could identify the dream related to Yochai, my brother, to your Abba, Ido, my father, Yoav, my brother, yeah. And I can sense what this, especially my eye, is doing. What this sound is doing to us. And I'll go perhaps shortly, just as in the memory, so if I didn't, you'd remember that I did, and you just didn't understand or hear that I did go into it. Because I'm opening my mouth and something comes, and then another something comes. I try to simplify it. Silence. Yes. Silence. Then I woke up. And I realized you're still asleep. Yes, so you're still asleep. Brahmurt time. 3:57. Still dark. I'm still in the room. I woke up. And this dream that I was associating to a dream, it's also part of life. But we are more inclined to separate, more easy to separate between that and between things happening in our so-called conscious time when we say, this is reality, don't you see, this is here, now you're alive, now, And there was something that I could interpret, I could be aware of my consciousness interpreting. That it's disturbing. And it was connected to a stream of images and a conversation that was held in a relation between myself and Yoav and Abba Ido. In that thing, in the memory I'm telling you, I call it a dream, and you then, oh, don't worry, it's just a dream. And same we do it in our so-called life, which is also a dream, and in the dream, and so on. The chain does not end, so-called. It's an endless game. And we're not able to see it, or we're not able to believe in that. Or we are simply not believing in that until we believe. This is why one of the sentences through the sounds have been explained through Guruji and Mataji, and through Guruji, well, he puts it more in sounds in this Sraddha Samarpit Viswas, devotion, reverence, belief. Sraddha Samarpit Viswas. There is other aspects. These are just sounds to, just you'll see through there what you're there to see. And through this disturbance, when I woke up through this sensation, I can identify and relate to other people when they have this thing from other aspects. It can be from the memory of that so-called dream, which is perhaps easier to identify, not for everybody. They wake up and it's like, wow, you see a child in terror, he dreamed, and it's like, he doesn't know yet that it was just a dream. Same as in reality. Everything that washed away as a past memory is part of that dream. And then slowly, like interpreting, it's slowly, because it's not coming as fast as I can understand that I'm in this room. Fan, okay. Thought. I don't really understand the hidden meaning. Because we can see it only when we can see it. Like when I close my eyes and I so-called don't see the room, and only when I open my eyes I can see what I see in this room. Sraddha Samarpit Viswas. So, and we are devoted to life. We have this reverence, admiration of life. And we have this full belief in our life. We are born to be religious creatures, believing in something this way or the other. Because we relate it mostly in our era to religion, so I grew up in what's so-called a secular environment. So, no, I don't want the ceremonies of the Jewish religion people, said people around me, to impact my life, so I will reject that. I don't want the Indian religion to impact. I will reject it. I don't want the Muslim. I want my secular religion to be attached to that. I have my Sraddha Samarpit Viswas. In order to survive, we need to have that, or we just have it, When a baby comes and it has no choice, so until perhaps it discovers that the belief and the path of his mother, father is not his path, because it's not his path. He took some and he dropped some. But also his path. We cannot see it on ourselves, that it's all one and the same. Also in our path. Same, things we accept and things we reject, and we drop and accept. So I woke up and it's a nice dream. Well, I call it now nice. After the pressure cooker I watched in the silence, the cooking from inside. it tried to create a disturbance because it has to take the rice, for example, or let's say a vegetable, and a hard vegetable not ready for eating, and it had to apply pressure through it, what we do with fire, and also not just fire, we block it from above, this way or the other, yeah? Even if we cook it in an open pot, the atmosphere from above is pressuring it, allowing it to become soft and edible. So I could identify the disturbance that I had. Now I can make another story about it and collect it to maybe taking the energy of Yoav and Father and all of this and all the human beings and all the non-human beings in this world and all who I know and I don't know. Because I also, again, I don't know, meditation is also, I don't know myself. It's everywhere. I only know what I know. So this disturbance, I go back to trying to simplify, but we'll never be able to simplify it. And we will always be able to simplify. And this disturbance from this memory of Yoavin seems like to be in some place in my shop in this memory. Now I have the belief, the visvas, that this was the dream. And this phenomena which we call mind, I talk mind and memory, it's, clearly it puts it away. It has no, it's just a dream, I'm not troubled by it. Yeah? I'll take example other things. My daughter, where my mind does not see that it's a dream. We're not using that in our physical, moment-to-moment reality. To realize that Guruji and Mataji now are a dream, far away from it. Yeah. And then we can enjoy this dream or not. Some dreams are, we call nightmares, some are fantasies. If it's a nice one, we want to keep this taste. If it's an ugly one, unpleasant, we want to reject it. And I can speak the theory of Vipassana and through my experience and other stuff, other aspects. I was about to read identify that there's no problem with identification if you've also experienced non-identification, if it's clear for you. Because in the unity of them, they're all one and the same. This is where the sound unites us. Yeah? We all sing together the same song. We're united. We go in a choir. We go in a yoga class. We chant Om, or and we all sing the same so-called sound, and we're united. But then, hey, you're a bit off key. You're a bit higher. You're a bit low. We start separating. Same as with the pleasant or unpleasant, because it's just the interpretation of that, the duality. And I was told that by other teachers, Guruji and Mataji included, but even in the memory before Guruji and Mataji, maybe through the first yoga teacher, I don't know. First time I heard these concepts were in yoga classes or Vipassana, I don't know. And I'm making my way through to bring my sounds to people. Yeah. And to show them this Sraddha Samarpit Visvas, the belief in their own life. They have to be devoted to their own life. They have to have admiration of their own life, unless they would not be alive. And the dream had many images, but mainly this. I can talk about the details in the dream. They're very interesting, yes indeed. But actually the end result of this cooking of the dream, which was, I'm disturbed by the images I saw, by the memory I have from the dream. I could feel the mind, attachment wants to go there. And then there is silence. I've gone through the process of also silently being cooked on my own, and then when it's time measuring now the sounds that I produce and now reaching to your ears. Are they ready to be served, or am I serving you a burnt pot? Am I serving you a burnt rice or an overcooked food? Some people are able to, or some creatures are able to eat burnt rice. Okay. Claimed also some people eat ashes. Okay. It doesn't seem to be a favorite dish by human beings to eat ashes. But Shiva's stories for another time. I could identify that, I first didn't identify the disturbance. I had to be fully in this, fully identified. The memories of the dream and Yochai and my father, and then it comes to mind, in this case, anything that disturbs. It can be this mosquito but meeting my body or anything. And in that dream, easier to separate, but it still was creating kind of a disturbance, something bothering. I don't like it. And since I'm maturing through father and mother, through Mataji and Guruji, I see the lack of having parents keeping guiding us. And probably also after Mataji and Guruji will leave their body, there will be other parents. Whether it will be the fragrance of the spiritual parents, like my father is now teaching me through his spirit, because he's there, maybe coming through the dream, you see. I might say, identify, he's dead, long time in a grave, went to Moksha river in Ganga last year, time. Also part of the illusion, yes? This is why Mataji and Guruji, they keep telling me, we're always with you. What do you mean? And they prepare me in life. We're always with you. We're always with you. Some parents, they do that. But again, Srada Samarpit Visvas, devotion, reverence, admiration, belief that the child listens to that. And no, but you died. How did you leave me like this all alone? And, if you manage to catch it, and actually Mataji and Guruji are performing the request, directly, indirectly, which I requested my mother, Ima Orna, for her birthday, my last birthday, date of birth in what's so-called the year 2020, that until she will die, what I identify as death, the gift she can give me is preparation for her death. Because I experienced how for people who have lost parents, I haven't so-called lost a mother in this connect direction. I still believe, Bisvas, that my mother is alive. Of course she's dead. People are not willing to see this fact, that when she's not in this reality, we have the big Visvas now in this room, what I see beyond my eyes and beyond my belief. It's also dead. This is why we are big believers. Otherwise, it seems we'll go really crazy, and that's fun to go really crazy, but very few people are ready for that. To say, oh, wow, Guruji and Mataji are dead. And if this thing will come to probably the rest of my brothers, sisters, to Varsha, Sima, Manish, Siddharth, they will not be ready to accept that their father and mother died and are dead, when they don't see them with their own eyes. And they have the big belief, and we have that. Like I can be aware of the belief that my father Ido is died, that's it, not coming back again in front of my eyes in a visible reality, like I will see Guruji and Mataji, or actually like I see, let's take from this reality, this so-called thing, this pillow. Because next to me, my mind, I can play this game that I see all of you in the room, because I do, but that's Visvas, that's belief. And not everybody are ready for this so-called seance. Yeah. Maybe we put an image and then we see it. Oh, great. But now it's dark. I'm not sure it's still the same image on the bars here of Shani, Leila, Shulu, my daughter, and me. And I believe it is me, and I believe it is Shani, Leila. And we make these belief games because this is how we are built. Yeah. I'll try to simplify mind and memory. And in this dream that I had this time with Yoav in the shop, it was somewhere, this shop, in my memory I'm not connecting it to a real actual place that I visited. We had this nice interaction with Yoav. I don't know how old he was there. And when my father entered eventually, in this dream, so he picked up Yoav. There were also other details that I'm always interested to put in the story about camera and other stuff that, but I will just go to Yoav at this point. And my father picked Yoav in his hands. I was in another room outside. It was like sort of a small greenhouse or something. I was outside this building and hearing Yoav shouting, screaming. And I was disturbed. I was disturbed by this screaming of Yoav. And I came to the room, and even now I have a full belief. It's a sensation or a sensational belief within that. Like it's almost happened. I'm almost going crazy from believing in this dream. Fully, I feel it in the sensations of my body. And this disturbs many people, where they believe in the past memory. Even the one they call reality. Yeah, some give comfort, some don't. Yeah, maybe the comfort that I will go down in the breakfast time and meet Mataji and Guruji, comfort. Okay, great. Pleasant sensation it might bring. Let's hold on to it. Or my father, I will not be able to go Abba Ido and meet him physically, eyes, Oh, unpleasant, it's memory. I'll try to simplify it. Mind and memory. And I went into this so-called sort of greenhouse. It was maybe like sort of a shop, and it looked like in some kind of a village, Moshav, kibbutz, somewhere this. And Abba Ido was holding Yoav, and Yoav was screaming. And I was very angry at Abba Ido, but I was expressing it. And in my memory, it says I was not expressing this anger towards Abba Ido. I can relate it more to my level of zero expectation, 100% acceptance, a gift that I seem to have. Is when I'm aware that I have it towards people. When I don't accept them, I have expectations of their behavior, of whatever life brings in the reality. Level of acceptance is drawn down, and disturbance rises up. and we have a mechanism that tries to release the disturbance, change it to pleasantness or comfort. And I was shouting at Abba Ido. Yeah. Why does he do it with Yoav like this? Yoav was okay with me. Yoav didn't scream, didn't shout. Yes, he was boiling inside, I might say it now. Like, it wasn't the exact word I said in the dreams, it's also past memory. So, bisvas, memory, belief. You are either believing to the details, you can measure that, whether you believe to my story. Yeah. And I have trustworthy stories for you, for us, for the sake of guidance. Through this chain, link, line, journey of memory, which creates a deep illusion. I can go to, described beautifully in the Yoga Sutras, which I'm taking this also interpretation inside Pramana Viparyaya Vikalpa Nidra Smrityaha, the sixth sutra in the first pada of Patanjali Sutras, in translation by B.K.S. Iyengar. It connects. It says they are caused by correct knowledge, illusion, delusion, sleep, and memory. Yeah. Basically, the translation actually would be correct knowledge, illusion, delusion, sleep, and memory. B.K.S. Iyengar also, but maybe it's the Yaha at the end. But this is language. I won't go into it. Take on this journey. And if I go back, so I go back in the line of memory to the previous sutra, the number 5, Vritayaha, Panchatayaha, Klista, Aklista. The movements of consciousness are twofold. They may be cognizable or non-cognizable, painful or non-painful. My mind says, Klista, Aklista. What's the meaning we can say they can be in duality or non-duality? Yeah, okay, I won't go into this philosophy, I'll go shortly to the dream. And this thing about the memory, Smritaya, is one of the fluctuations because I involute back. Some of you understand this language, some don't. So the fourth sutra, number 4, Vritti Sarupya Mitaratra. At other times, the seer identifies with a fluctuating consciousness. Look at the memory, look at disturbance. And the third sutra. Yeah. And we're actually involuting, we're counting down towards ourselves. But mainly, most of us want to evolute, go outside to, to number 3. First, we'll involute. We'll go back to the start, so-called. Tadadrashtu svarupa avashtanan. Then the seer dwells in his own true splendor, and will involute back to number 2. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is the cessation of movement in the consciousness. Hey, but I'm constantly moving, but not when you're in that moment and you lose all your memory. But we're not ready for a life of this kind of Alzheimer. You can have a full connection of your evolutionary memory, process everything, and not be attached to any of it. Seems like a mere fantasy for most human beings, and because the attachment to the memory is so drastic, so dominant. Then involution to Atta Yoga Nushasaram, first sutra, with prayers for divine blessings. Now begin an exposition of the sacred art of yoga. I can also go into that and explain this in Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim v'et haaretz v'haaretz hayta tohu vavohu. An involution of this creation, this through the Jewish Bible, and the involution back to this Bereshit first, or we can go to translation of that. But no, day 1 was created, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, and evolution continues, and it continues and it continues because it's a fantastic game in this disturbance, non-disturbance. So I came to my father in this dream. And if it's you, my brother, listening, then my father is creating a different fluctuation within you. And if it's a friend, and I'll say my father, he will be detached for it. And if it's some stranger, of course not my father. Because he's translating in the words the sound my father according to, a whole lot of a nice philosophical discussion that allows us to also potentially be stabilized or not. Depends on the listener. And I was shouting in the dream at my father, like, put down Yoav, or something like that, that with me, we didn't scream like that. And Yoav and me were okay. I grew up with him, my brother, until age of 9.5, and I felt like his father figure. Well, not until 9, he was born when I was 9.5. Because I identified the level of disturbance that his own parents, my own father, and the connection through his own mother are bringing it. But what to do physically and realistically, I was his brother, different connection. Our own father asked me later in life, I want you around, so I can be this father figure. I want you, Yaniv, I want you, Yochai, to be this father figure. He didn't say it like this, he just says, I want you around, next to the other children, Adva, Yoav. He knew what he was saying. Again, he was mentioning it to me a couple of times. But what to do? This reality, my journey in the physical reality took me to different paths. And I don't want to say that now we're always paying the price, because this is the karma. And also already when Yoav was born and I was 9.5 years old, I could see what are the wrongs that his parents were bringing him. Again, creating the disturbance that he's built to handle. Which seems like that now through the pressure cooker he's taking them to the what we might call extreme, but they're not. Anything in this reality is very well balanced and maintained. From making love to murder, but we don't accept what's happening within this atmosphere, within this pressure cooker. We don't. Because it's really like the, carrot and the rice and the tomato and the salt and the water within the pressure cooker, and they all have their chemistry, and the rice cooks slowly in order to become soft and edible for, in that case, human consciousness to be eaten, because we are eaten by other consciousness. Of course we are eaten, but we are only prepared partially when we die. We are only prepared partially when we die to be cooked. We don't see that we are well cooked now. Perhaps again, the rice is also screaming, hey, the fire is killing me. The bad times are killing me. But what to do? We are thrown into this pressure cooker or this pot. And we have to deal with it and be cooked like anything else. And let's do our job properly and being cooked, because the rice is doing it when we cook, and we have no problem killing the poor rice. Now I won't go into this discussion laughingly. I accept myself sacrificing the rice and all that. As much again, I won't go into the meat and all this discussion, and I told my father that in the dream. And again, this is why I was able to go back in time through the dream, the dream layer, the reality, to release this energy. Now, Srada Samarpit Visvas, where I believe in that I went in this dream back in time to tell my father to let go of Yoav. Now, whether this message will reach to Yoav in this cooking pot, in this reality, What Yoav believes is a reality, that's Yoav's consciousness journey in this life. But I believe fully that I traveled in the dream to tell my father to let go of Yoav. In this reality, Abba, my father died, our father died. Same thing I'll tell my other brothers, Yochai and Adva. Same thing is with everything, to let go. But I cannot, people are letting go of what they let go. Same thing as with the house is dead. The money is dead. My mother is dead. There is such a liberation from that. But Visvas, believe. And I traveled back in time. Same as the lawsuit, it's dead. Same as my life, there, that's it, I'm dead. Hey, I'm in a grave in this room, it's dark. Wow, I didn't know this will be my grave, this fan. Wow, there is a fan in this grave and nobody's here, I'm all alone. Only me but I'm able to handle, because you interpret the sounds, this pressure cooker. And others also. But the interpretation is this steaming, rolling. And I went back in time and told my father to let go of Yoav. I'm able to handle this. But others require relative assistance. And partially it's in the reality to do it. Partially it's within Visvas, with belief. Maybe with ceremonies, maybe with a thought, maybe with sending in Anapana all the love through the air. And I journeyed through the dream to tell my father to let go of Yoav, that Yoav is okay with me. Now I believe in that fully, that I do the work for all human consciousness, because I can only do it in my relative consciousness. I realized the limitation within this thing we call reality. So, okay, I can go and I can, Abba, please, can you help me with all this inheritance? Abba, please, can you do something with the house, with all the mess you left over? And people will call me crazy. They will say, your father died, let him be. That's it. His body, conscious, is flying somewhere, enough. Or resting, or sitting, lying down in the hammock somewhere. You can shout to whoever you want. But in these people who are alive, we don't see that. They are same as the state of what my father, Abba Ido, is at now. But we try to influence, but we're screaming at the dead that are alive. And we don't see it. And I'm just doing the same thing now with talking. We are very funny creatures, I must admit. And I went back in the dream and I told my father to let go. And I told it was to me to let go because of Yoav. So the old chain, because it's easier for me to tell my father to let go of Yoav, but not tell me to let go of me letting go. Let go of this that you have to tell your father to let go of your... Yeah? All chain of network. And connected also to the other side of the circle. The attachment to holding, because from one side of the... if we have two in this circle. We can go, let's say, clockwise, and clockwise appears on this path Abba Ido, and through Abba Ido I can reach Yoav, and I can also go counterclockwise, and then reach Yoav from behind. And realizing that it's only me on that point, letting go even of Yoav, this thought that came in a dream, that when I woke up, okay, disturbance coming on the surface. They're all dead. You're all dead. Visvas, we don't want to believe that we are dead. We'd rather believe we are alive. And when I will meet you shortly, I believe, sun will rise, I will meet Guruji Mataji, I will meet Yochai, maybe through the call, I believe they are alive. Wow, we are so religious creatures. I believe fully in this dream. Fully. Now I'm talking. Inside something inside of me sees that this is death. The sounds, the thoughts. This is full death. Full death. And something else does not permit that. And I'm aware of that as well. No, hey, you feel, This is why the reality is one big illusion. It's a game of sensations. I can fall again in the lap of my beloved self. And I play this role in this dream. No, don't be crazy. This is reality. You see the bars now. You see the so-called shapes here. You hear your own sound. You feel this recording machine, the bed. But you're always in the grave of, again, your own consciousness. Buried within your own awareness. Buried. Shouting to spirits. Guruji Mataji, and we do it on a daily basis. On a daily basis. On a daily basis. We are speaking to the dead, which we believe are alive. Our partner in front of us. Because we also identify. Again, if I now have a conversation with Abba Ido, okay, he's coming up. I see him in the room. Hi. Hi, Abba Ido. He's smiling. He's not saying any word. Yes. He realized what I realized. So, and you'll put a video camera in this room and you'll see, hey, you're talking to nobody. Are you crazy? Do you need some help? But if I talk to you and it's the same thing, this is just another layer of visvas, of belief. That you are there, I can still, because I can, and the people that we tag as sane, and the thing is we cannot see it until we don't believe in their world, in their reality. We cannot see it, because this is a different layer and a more subtle. And there is so much beauty in going crazy in being able to see my Father now. And if other people will come, there are two aspects. Hey, you're crazy. You're speaking in an empty room. And in the thoughts, we do it all the time. Having conversation with the people we've just seen, preparing for the next class. We are so fooling ourselves beautifully. And I told in the dream, and there were other essence to that. And it's also to this voice inside of me telling me my belief. Let go of all of this, of your brother and 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 you and yourself and yourself and yourself and self and you and all these sounds. I'll try to simplify it, mind and memory. All these 1 hour, 15 minutes, washed. All your life washed. There are techniques, there are so-called simplified techniques for addressing that. many, of addressing the disturbances in our life, our yearning to feel good, this level or the other, physically, mentally, emotionally, they're all one and the same. All one and the same. All also rooted in this understanding of experience and sound, and this very simple reality is as beautiful as it gets, as true as it gets, as ugly as it gets. I hear the sound of my own brother, younger brother. It comes through the sound Yoav, and Yoav is my brother, and my own brother is speaking this, moving through my neurons in my brain, and Yoav is shouting his kidneys out in the field, all the threatening of violent killing his mother, and I hear the fluctuation in my own mind, but this doesn't exist. But it's only from my attachment to wanting Yoav, desire, wanting Yoav to have a good life. The attachment we more have to our close family to have a good life. How I measure good life is. But sometimes this is a very asleep life. We know that sometimes something so much disturbing us, there's a chance to flip completely. But we want them to continue talking to us normally. Like again, I'm able to switch and not be caught in this what we call full insanity. I'm in love with this insanity. Bring me anytime these people. And worst case, I will be, let's say, fear, false evidence appearing real. I will be stabbed to death. We have also this fear that our life will end because, my brother one time made wrote letters, and in this letter it was not just I love you, it was I will kill you. I thought of killing you. And when this reaches one brother of mine, he believes he didn't say it, and another brother might believe he did, and I believe that one of my brothers said it, but maybe I'm confused. I don't know who is Cain, who is heaven. Perhaps my older brother actually said it, and my belief. I believe fully because I want to be trustworthy. It's Yoav's, it's my consciousness fooling me. And it fools us and either we can see it or we can't. This is just my journey, my relative journey. And I can see how when these sounds reached my ears of my brother and Yoav, and my older brother is telling me this story, and now I'm far away from it. Some will say maybe because I'm in India, but and sometimes again I have to be fully attached, identify in order to reach now this stage after some measurement in time and space to be detached from it. Again, then enjoying the attachment, enjoying being cooking, enjoying the suffering, or just seeing reality as it is. When we're disturbed, we're disturbed. When we're killing, we're killing. When we're kissing, we're kissing. When we're talking, we're talking. And many other things like this. I'll try to simplify it. Mind and memory. You understand what you understand. Srada samarpit visvas. You're devoted to what you're devoted. You admire what you admire. You have reverence, this full respect, admiration towards what you expect and admire, and belief towards what you believe. And I can also talk about, this is added to the Guru New Bank system too. And Guruji knows, I believe, again, that I will transfer these messages in my own language. This is yet a time to come into India to prepare for this. Belief. I'm already dead. I will never be as dead as I am now, as asleep as I am now. And people try to awaken me from this death. bring me to their life. But human beings are caught in this death of a life, I believe. And we are continuously living this game. And my father is laughing at all of this, and I'm able to laugh. And many other people in the silence that have been tagged as crazy. Wow, they've got a relative silent peace life. But we also don't believe in that. We want to incorporate them in society. And if I think about in Vipassana, the story of Angulimal, of killing 999 people and reaching Buddha, he had to go through this path of killing almost 1,000 minus one, a big difference. Because he could be liberated in the 1000s, and later on he was stoned to death because of the mind and memory and of other people and their karma, and they could not accept that he was changed and he's not the same killer that he was. He was spreading so-called good and love and remember, but again, karma and all of this. Long story, we are fantastically dead, and if we're holding to life, let's hold it to dear life. Hard to see it. I wouldn't say impossible, possible. Maybe take a lifetime of Vipassana, maybe take one moment of Vipassana, maybe take a lifetime of human design mixed with turmeric and Hebrew and I don't know, meditations and rivers and mosquitoes and dreams and believing in them. I'll try to simplify it. Mind and memory. Other details. This was the death ceremony. How is it called? Obituary for this time. And you understand me. And you don't understand me. And you believe in me. And you don't believe in me. And you and I. A whole lot of journey to go through. And I'm enjoying the attachment to the moment. Even when I don't enjoy the attachment to the moment, I'm fully attached to the moment. Even when it seems I don't. Inside I see it all the time. Even when I don't see it. Because I don't trust what I see anymore. Even if I trust. Mind and memory.